That's insane. Whew, they just kind of popped out of the blue. Kia ora and welcome back. My name's Zoe Stebe, your vocal coach for today. And in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at Morissette singing Rise Up. Now, I know this is a slightly old video and I have actually watched her version of this performance on the Wish Bus, which I think is impeccable. But one thing that you have to remember when she's singing into such a high quality radio microphone, that it can almost sound a little bit too perfect. I really like to take videos like the one that I've chosen now from the Love Gala. I'll put the original video down in the description below, but I love videos like this because when you're singing into like a slightly less good quality microphone, it gives me a little bit of an idea as well about what's going on, a little bit more than when she's singing in the Wish Bus. So let's get to it. I've heard her sing this before, so I am well aware that her technique is incredible. I mean, what can I say? I'm just going to try and give you some ideas about how you can create her sound at home. She's an amazing vocalist. We can't forget as well that, the Filipino tradition of singing. My brother-in-law is Filipino, and I know that whenever we get together as a whole group of people, especially on Christmas Eve, it was just sing, 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 sing. Fantastic. Who doesn't love a good bit of karaoke? It's a fostered part of their community. So that's also something to remember, that Morissette probably started singing before her parents even thought that she had talent. But let's get back to the video. So you can hear there at the beginning, it's quite a lot different to the way that Andra sings it. Fantastic. They're two different women. She's singing in more what you would call your mixed voice. And I am going to say mixed voice because it is a mix of those thick vocal folds. And she's using lots of that cry with that thyroid tilt to get her up and over the passaggio. So to get that sort of sound, you want to start with the speaking on pitch, which I've gone over in a couple of my other videos. But the idea is that you can start by counting to 5 in your own first language, right? I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are my vocal folds. They're nice and thick. So once you've mastered the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you've tried that up into different parts of your scales, then what you're going to do is you're going to cry on that sound. So I'm just pretending this is my thyroid tilt. The front of the thyroid tips forward, the thyroid tilts forward, so the vocal folds are on more of a stretch. And then you've got that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's where she kind of starts from. It's not a really pressed sound or particularly loud sound, but it's that little bit of cry. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round. That's still quite in the spoken range. But when she flips up into that upper range, of course, we need to do something a little bit different. She's an incredible vocalist, is she not? But you can hear there she goes, I rise up, I rise unafraid. She lets it flip into that falsetto. So I rise unafraid. And then you kind of just let the voice flip up into that falsetto. One way that you can practice that falsetto sound is, it sounds a bit weird, but you can try and sing like a donkey. So you can get that falsetto sound by pretending that you're blowing over the top of a bottle. Hoo, 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 hoo. Or like an owl. Hoo, 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 hoo. I know, seems a bit weird, but these are the types of bizarre sounds that we make in the singing studio. You can also try and make a sound like Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse! Woohoo! Hello, everybody! So then you're going to have that stiff vocal fold falsetto quality. You're also going to notice that it takes a lot more air. But she's not singing in falsetto, she just touched on a couple of falsetto notes. So now what you're going to do is find that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 place of your voice, and you're going to go fa, five, and you're going to do the thick, stiff, thick, or bored, blowing over a bottle, bored. And the reason why I said it kind of sounds like a donkey is that when you get a little bit more comfortable flipping between those two, obviously we want to be able to do it all on one note, but it sometimes can help with the change if you like flip between them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to, well, make it sound like a donkey. I always find this one really funny, but just allow it to happen. Yeah. Yeah. And what you can do if it's like, oh God, where the hell am I going? Start from the top. And allow it to kind of flip down. And that's what she's doing really, really fast. I rise unafraid. Yeah, and she's then, obviously, she's going back into her mixed voice or her thick vocal folds when she goes, I rise unafraid, I rise up. She's using that lovely glottal onset to help her get back into thick vocal folds. That is such a beautiful falsetto. So even though I did say that falsetto in the beginning, I tell you, in the beginning is like singing like an owl. Woohoo! When you get really good at it, it doesn't have to be. You can sing like that with a for you. And then what she's doing there is she's allowing that falsetto, but she's got a little bit of twang. It's a little bit of that I did go into quite a lot of detail though in the So Young video with the whole twang thing. I'll put the link up here to that one. If you guys really want to know how you can sing with more twang in your voice or how to develop your twang, then I'm going to do a technique video for you because, you know, I want you guys to be able to do this stuff at home. If I get 2,000 thumbs ups on this video, then I will make you guys a how to twang technique video. Obviously, be careful when you are using any type of extreme vocals. So that means anything that's like a bit high. Be wary of any scratching or coughing because we don't want to hurt ourselves. Let's keep watching. I'm not 100% sure, but it does sound like she's got a little bit of a something in her throat. She keeps on going, ha, ha. And I know that kind of like little bit of a cry can be a technique that we can use in a lot of the stuff. It just kind of tells me that maybe something's not sitting quite right in her throat, but she's covering it so well. One thing that you can do if you're feeling a little bit under the weather is you can kind of use that flip and just milk it for all it's worth and make it seem like it's an intended flip within the song. She's not giving it away that anything is happening with her voice, but you never know. I mean, she's got a busy schedule as a singer. It can be difficult because your instrument is inside you and you've got to take really good care of your body. Notice her posture though. Fabulous. Fabulous. I mean, you couldn't wear a strapless dress without having fabulous posture, I think. Otherwise, you'd sort of start looking like a turtle. She's looking beautiful, sounding wonderful. Oh my God, I just want to enjoy this video. You may have wondered what she just did there behind her back. So she's got her mic pack in there. Could have just been that maybe her own voice was a little bit loud in her monitors. You can see she's actually taken one of her monitors out. So monitors are these guys in your ears. And when you're on stage, you've got to be able to hear the music somehow. So what happens is it comes directly through your ears because you can't really trust any of the sound being reflected back. You'll end up singing too late. There's often a bit of a delay. So it's really weird when you sing on stages like this. Sometimes you can then hear your own voice coming back around at you, and you're hearing your voice and your music in real time in your ears. And then you're hearing the voice that you're sending out kind of circling around and coming back at you. It's very odd. And you've kind of got to block out everything and just pay attention to what's going on inside your body, bringing the performance over. Otherwise, you just get totally out of place with your music. That's not high for Morissette. That's why I love to take these little snapshots of other live performances, because then you really see what the voice is like. This is what happens, guys. This is what happens to singers. I don't know, maybe she inhaled a little bit of dust before she went on stage. It's a tricky job, but she's covering it so beautifully, and she's using that little bit of a growl at the bottom. We'll go into growls and effects and stuff like that later on. That's something for another video. We're just really looking at falsetto, mixed voice, and thick folds. I think that's enough actually for one video, to be honest. I stand corrected. She sounds amazing, right? Like Morissette. She's using a really, really great trick up the top of the we will rise, we will rise. You've got to make sure for those really high belty notes that you already start voicing on the consonant. So on the w, you've got to do the we will rise, we will rise, because you need the back pressure that the lips create when they go w to enable you to easily get onto that note. Of course, you could do it, without a we will rise, without closing the lips that much. But you can really see she goes, we will rise, we will rise. It just makes the whole thing so much easier. So make sure the first consonant of your word always has the note in it. So you've got to already start the voice on the consonant. We don't just sing on vowels. That woman knows how to sell a song. I tell you, that is how you build a song. She only let out all of those money notes right at the end, and that's what it's about. And you can hear that she really only pops out a couple of those high notes right at the end of this chorus. That's just absolutely fantastic. If I'm 100% honest with you, we can't go into how do you do a really, really high belt in just one small video. So there's a bunch of things that go together to create a high belt. But if you stay with this whole idea of the speaking on pitch, 5, and take that further up the range, belt is like a whole nother kettle of fish. So that I think that needs to be like a technique video or something like that. Stay with the speech quality, stay with the thick vocal folds, the chest voice to begin with, and then you can kind of build it up as time goes on. You can see great support. Okay, I know it said in the description that there were whistle notes in there, but I just like, whew, they just kind of popped out of the blue. Whistle note can totally be trained. It's my understanding that it's falsetto taken super duper high in the female voice. I do have a number of students that can create whistle tones, but the most important thing when I'm teaching someone to kind of stay up there and kind of develop the intonation and pitching in their whistle tone register is really this idea that it's not about pushing. So it's like as if you're letting hardly any air out of your body whatsoever. It's about having really good posture and almost about relaxing up to those notes. Because if you have any type of tension inside the larynx at that kind of pitch, it's just going to all go to shit. I don't know if you've got anyone that you follow on YouTube that can like help you do whistle register notes. I'd love to know who teaches it over here. So let me know down in the comments if you've got any videos that you recommend for whistle notes, because I would love to learn. Thank you so much for joining me today to watch my reaction and analysis of Morissette singing Rise Up. She's an incredible vocalist, and if you want to see more of her, then give this video a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments and hit that subscribe button, because I bring out videos just like this every single week. I want to make sure that you can hit these types of notes, sing these types of styles, and get this out of your voice all in the comfort of your own home. So have a lovely rest of your day. Ka kite anō.